All right. We're back for round 2, which I kind of had a feeling I was going to do because I had to like have a shower and clean myself up. Do all those wonderful things that you have to do when you run out of your house and don't do any of those things. Then suddenly you have to, have a shower and clean yourself and put some generally clean clothes on and try to be a person, but whatever. This is my 10th. And I put some red on the inside. Ooh. I'm playing with my lips, you know what I mean? All right. We got the ghost deck today. That's the bird. In the last reading, that analogy came up in my third eye. I couldn't see the box, so I didn't realize it was on the box. I bought new sunglasses today. Fucking Old Navy, $25. I thought it's a little pricey for sunglasses, but I'll go with it. I'm glad I did. Whoa. What's going on? Ryu! Pam's back. What's going on, everybody? Take what resonates and discard the rest. Okay. And I'm wearing my sunglasses so I can secretly stare at myself. I'm just kidding. But then I can secretly watch what's going on in the fucking chat. People have been talking shit in the chat. And I can see everything. Who's that? Ha! I wonder if you know I'm live right now. Okay. Chasm. Whoa. I'm going to just let you know that I'm live right now. Hold on, everybody. All right, I don't really know how to pronounce this word. Is it chasm? C-H-A-S-M? Shazam? I'm awful with words. I think it's a chasm. I think that's what you call that. And then a well. Look at these 4s. Man, I'm pretty sure it's chasm. If I'm wrong, please tell me now, because I look like a fucking tool if it is. Okay, but it's number 13. Okay, and then look at well. It's a number 44. Same deck as usual. Yeah, same one. We're going to talk to the ghosts today. Tending to your haunted cottage, it's called. And stream we had today. What's on the top? And stepping stones. Okay, let's try to get a new card. Or we can just go with chasm, which I'm pretty sure is that word. And nobody has corrected me yet, so I'm pretty sure that's the fucking name of the word. Whoa, I opened up on crossroads. The one right before it. Wow. Okay, facing fears and taking risks. Personal development. Facing the unknown. Courage. A chasm or canyon is a deep rift forming over time by natural forces such as weathering and river erosion. Dreaming of exploring, one symbolizes perseverance, adventure, and personal growth. Like a physical chasm, I don't know, it reminds us of the risks and caution needed when standing on the edge, as such cliffs can be steep and perilous. The chasm can represent the vast, daunting unknown, such as the subconscious, which feels difficult to traverse. A dark figure represents the fear we often face when confronting the unknown, yet courage can guide us. All right. Oracle message. You'll never know what's possible unless you take a chance. Success isn't the absence of fear. It's the ability to act in spite of it. Fear is universal, but acknowledging it without letting it hold you back is essential. Ask yourself, would you rather let fear control you, or would you prefer to take action and see what happens? Taking risks doesn't guarantee success, but avoiding them guarantees you'll never know what could have been. When facing fear, say to yourself, yes, I am afraid, but I will still try. Even if things don't work out, imagine looking back and knowing you gave it your all. Fear of failure can be paralyzing, but remember, in 100 years, no one will remember your missteps. What matters is whether you tried. Often the greatest achievements lie just beyond the challenges that scare you most. The question is, how much do you really want it? If your desire is strong enough, fear won't stand in your way. Recognize that you are responsible for your success. No one else will save you. It's time to believe in yourself. There is always a path to the other side. Right? Because actually, if you look down a little bit, he can just cross down there. Why do I have that on my finger? Weird. He can just cross down a little bit. If he just walks down here, he can cross. He doesn't have to cross this. Okay? Even if he walks up here, look. It's fine. It's just what you're looking at, right? So then we have Well, which is kind of a creepy card. Very like the curse. Wonder if a little girl's going to come popping out of there. All right. You know why I bought these cards? The one reason why I actually fucking really bought them is because they have this thunderstorm card. And I was really drawn. I love thunderstorms. Like, oh my God. There was lightning the other night when I was driving home. Oh, it was so exciting. So that's actually the reason why I bought this deck. So, venture to the depths, introspection, inner work, unveiling. The Well. The Well represents a hidden sacred space within you, a place where long forgotten truths and unspoken emotions lie dormant, awaiting your attention. It invites you to descend into your subconscious and confront what's been left untouched, like still waters beneath the surface. Unlike shallow waters, the well goes deep, and so you must journey to uncover what's been buried. As you approach a well, a dark figure rises from the depths, a manifestation of the fears, unresolved emotion, and past traumas that are ready to be seen and healed. The shadow aspects, once suppressed, are now calling for acknowledgement and release, which will create the space for transformation and renewal. Remember when I said, I don't know if you were here, but I had this channeled message with a man in my head who was laying on his bed, and it was like I was sitting right beside him. He was talking to me like I was literally right there. And he said to me, I'm bored. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? And he's like, well, I'm just bored. I don't know what to do with my life. And I was like, he goes, what does that mean? And I said to him, exactly what I heard from Spirit. I said, well, if you're that bored, that means I think that you're healed, you're good, you needed some time, some Four of Swords, some time to heal, some time to confront your fears, just, self-reflect, right? Evolve, change, outgrow some brainwashing, whatever it was, right? And I said, obviously you've done your healing, so you can move on now, which means if you're bored, your soul is trying to tell you that boredom is now and can be filled with whatever you want, because that boredom before was your healing. Okay, the boredom before, you wouldn't have been able to have anything else in your life because you were concentrating on the wounds, right? The things that were hurt, the stitches, the broken bones, the scars, all that shit. You were healing that. Okay, even scars. I mean, you can rip that shit right open again and fucking do all that damage that just was repaired, right? It just depends where you're at. So now there was a part of my life where, again, I knew I was done working. Something really happened bad with my back. And it was just like, Spirit was just all of a sudden, all right, we're going to take this opportunity, since you're going to be home for a little while anyways, we're going to take this opportunity for you to just unleash everything. Because I didn't want to go to my families anymore. I didn't want to spend time with people who I fucking not disrespect, but don't respect. Okay. In so many aspects. So by being sick and starting to heal my back, I could kind of like disassociate from them and kind of detach from them, right? Because I was starting to learn a new way, right? And I was now, okay, the person who talked to ghosts, the weird one, the so-called psychic lady. That's when I became to my own fucking family. It was like, oh, now we can figure out why you're so weird. Oh, now all the pieces are together why you're a fucking asshole when you were a kid. Blah, blah, blah. Like, it was just like, it was so arrogant, but yet they wanted to know so much about my life, but at the same time, they were like, well, I don't believe in it. Well, I don't believe in it. Well, I don't believe, like they were just so nasty. So I was like, okay, well, since I don't really like any of you fucking people anyways, I'm just going to drop it like it's hot. All right. You did this. You did this. Fuck you for what you did this time. I watched you, by the way, fuck your kid over, right? I just let it loose. I was like, you know what? I'm done with you people. I don't know exactly what family is to people. I don't really know, because like the way that I saw family, all my family did was tell me what to do. All my family did was snarl at me, squawk at me, tell me how fucked up I am. I need to be quiet. Oh, there's Whitney yelling in the corner again. I mean, my family was so fucking rude to me that once I let loose about my stepfather, I just went crazy. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let loose about my stepmother too, because she's a fucking psycho. For all you assholes that want to fucking sit there and just have Cindy's back, like Cindy's the one that fucking raised me. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I'm sorry, that's right. She was born into your family, right? Not me. I'm the outsider. Like, you guys are just gonna listen to everything. Like, okay, you're just gonna listen to the bum that walks by too and says like the earth is flat. Like, I mean, what the fuck, right? But you're gonna listen to something, you want to hear it, you want that truth, so you're just gonna go with it. And it's like, honestly, with these kind of people, if you don't have people around you that you don't really like anyways, what the fuck? Family is just a goddamn word. Okay, it's a unit of people. You can make your own family. It doesn't matter. If you can make your own house, you can make your own family. Okay, fuck this. You need to live and be raised in the family that you were born in. No, you don't. If they're a bunch of narcissistic pieces of shit, fucking walk away and sail that goddamn boat. Okay, because when you're ready and when you got all that time, all of a sudden, it's like, all right, let's pull out the guns and start shooting. Because there are bullets that need to come out, and if you suppress them, they're gonna fuck you up. Okay, so I feel like this is almost somebody who's obviously spirits are around, that you see this huge problem that's in front of you, but it's just a problem that has stretched out over time. And if you just walked into the future, or if you just walked in a different direction, you would see that whatever problem is in front of you, it's just in front of you because you're not moving. If you were moving, you would notice it's not around you anymore. Okay, but if you don't want to release what's in your subconscious, if you don't want to finally see what's in the closet, what you're scared of, what has been holding you back, what's been stopping you from opening up the door, what's been stopping you from turning on the light, what's been stopping you from, basically, I mean, I lived in fear. Like, I lived in fear of my family. I lived in so much fear of my stepfather. I knew subconsciously that he would kill me. He was crazy. And it was not like he was I don't know, suppressed or something. Like he was loco. Like you could see it in his mind. Like when he drank, he blacked out. His eyes would go black. He would say things like he was a different person. Like all of a sudden, he would always attack my mother. He would be like, fuck you, Sharon, shut the fuck up. Does anybody ever talk other than you? And she would just like, you know, like when they were drinking, my mother was like in her awe. She was so happy when she was drinking. But then when Craig would have that extra drink, it would really come out how much he hated my mother. He really did. He was a pedophile. He wanted children. He didn't want her there. Right? So when somebody subconsciously doesn't want you around, just wait for them to have a couple fucking drinks and it's going to come out how they really feel about you. Okay? So his true feelings about my mother came out every time he drank. He was so nasty. He was so disgusting. And the thing was, is I stayed so terrified of him for so long because I didn't know what he was capable of. Like I went out, they were running a bed and breakfast out in Miramichi for a little while. And something happened with like smoking. I think it was before COVID because I haven't seen my parents in years, including douchebags over there with my grandparents. So that had to have been like 6 years, seven years. How fucking long ago was it? Oh my God, I don't even know. But my sister and I went out there to visit. Yeah, because I came out about Craig like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm trying to do this fucking time right now, guys. You have no idea how much time just like doesn't exist in my head. So anyways, we went out there and something had happened with like the smoking rules or something. Anyways, my mother, because she had a registered business, she had to register it as either smoking or non-smoking. And if she was going to be smoking, the regulations would have had to be different and her insurance was going to be different. So she just regulated it as non-smoking property. So when we go over there, my sister and I, we go over to visit, and my sister and I both smoked at the time. So they were like, okay, you need to walk across the road and smoke your cigarettes. Okay, whatever, fine. Make us fucking walk over there. No one's watching. She didn't have any guests at the B&B. Nobody was fucking there. But yeah, okay, make us walk across the fucking street, you fucking bitch. Whatever, I'm your daughter. Okay, so we started walking across the street and smoking. So this was what was really fucked, is my mother had like 4 rooms in this bed and breakfast all together. And for some reason, she puts my sister and I in her room. I still to this day don't understand what the fuck happened, why we were in there. But anyways, she gave my sister and I her room, and which is where Craig sleeps, obviously. But Craig did have another room because he snores a lot. So my mom would kick him out of the room and make him go to another room. So we had another room. So he stayed in his other room. My sister and I stayed in his bed. Let me tell you, okay, I was physically abused while laying in his bed. I could feel something attacking me. So my sister fell asleep almost right away, but I couldn't sleep. I was like, this is fucked. I can't lay in Craig's bed. Like I didn't even know what Craig had done at the time. This whole thing hadn't even come out yet. And I was 33 when it came out. I'm 40 now. So that must've been 9 years ago or something. And so I'm laying in his bed. And literally, it feels like a ghost is kicking my ass. Like I'm getting beat up or something. So finally, I'm like, fuck this. I got to get out of bed. Like I have to go smoke some weed. Like I can't just lay like this. But again, the whole smoking rules, right? So, and I didn't even realize how much Craig like tortured me subconsciously. So I'm sitting outside in the fucking dark. Okay. It's, I don't know, cold as fuck outside. It wasn't winter, but it was cold. Like I think it was the beginning of spring or something. And so I'm sitting outside, I'm like huddling, trying to smoke weed, just so I can get the littlest bit high so I can try to sleep, okay? And all I can see is the ghost of him, all right, coming up to the back window, opening up the door and going, what the fuck are you doing smoking on my property? Like, it's all I could see. So I'm like trying to smoke so fast because like I have this like terror that he's going to come and catch me smoking on his property at 2 a.m. and I'm going to get grounded or something. Like I'm fucking 30 years old. Like, are you kidding? But I didn't realize that subconscious fear because I couldn't face it yet. So he was allowed to torture me. He was allowed to scare me. He was allowed to do whatever he wanted. It was like, because that's what he inflicted on me right away is You are never to tell your mother about this. This is between you and I. If you ever say anything, I'm going to kick your ass. If you ever say anything, I'll fucking kill you. If you ever say anything, if I ever said anything. So what he started doing was he bought me a dog right away. So he brainwashed me, right? And then he would brainwash me with these other ways. He'd be like, hey, remember when we did this? Hey, remember when we did this? He would always bring up these memories that we did with our family. So then the memory of what he did to me was never really surfaced, right? And then he would say, like, he would just have this look in his eyes, and he would say to me sometimes, like, don't you ever say a word. And I never knew what that meant. Like, don't ever say a word. Don't ever say a word. Oh my God. I don't know if you can randomly hear that, like, faint barking or something in the background, but I don't know if you know that movie Don't Say a Word with Whitney Murphy, and her dad dies. She watches her dad die right in front of her. Okay, he gets ran over. He gets ran over by a train right in front of her. So he's being chased by these men. She keeps calling them the bad men. And she memorizes this number in her head because she knows that the bad men want her doll. They want her father. They want something that her father has. So she has to keep it subconsciously locked inside of her. So then she doesn't like lose her. She doesn't actually really know what's going on. She doesn't understand what these men want, but she knows that they need a number in order to get what they want. So oh my God, I was hearing this the other day. Don't say a word. Don't say a word. Don't say a word. And now I remember that's what Craig used to say to me. Don't say a word. Don't say a word. Don't say a word. So there was this thing that was happening where I was hearing things, but I didn't know what I was hearing because it had been so brainwashed inside of me to not say a word, to not talk about him, that I completely forgot about it. Like I washed it away. I had no idea what happened. I had no idea what he did. I had no idea that he wasn't supposed to do it. And then because he would do these other things with me too. So again, I would forget, like, oh, but he took me fishing. Oh, but he took me driving. Oh, but he took me, right? He did other things with me, but there's this other times that he did the wrong things, right? And we weren't allowed to talk about it. So I don't know if somebody wasn't allowed to talk about something, okay, or something was put in front of them that they were to fix, or that they were to figure out their own way across. You can figure out your own way out of this. You can figure out how you're going to do this, right? I think somebody has to bring that to their get it out of their subconscious and bring it to the surface, because I think you're ready to handle whatever it was that you put down there, right? Because if you put something down the well, not only is it hundreds of feet down, but then it's in water, right? So it's not something that you can easily access. And then plus, if the well is in something like this, you're going to be too scared to even look. Like, I mean, this ditch could be like 2 feet deep, 3 feet deep at its most, right? But if you're not looking at it the right way, if you don't have a flashlight, if you can't see some type of chasm or whatever we call this, okay, in the middle, is going to look like the worst thing in the world. But it's because you're not ready to measure it. You're not ready to throw the rock down. You're not ready to get the flashlight and look to see what's down there, because something is down there. It's just somebody doesn't know what it is. But I think they want to know what it is. I think they're ready to see what it is. Because like it was very, very hard. I had to eat a lot of mushrooms, and I had to put myself back in that room with him, and I had to watch what he did to me. And it was weird because I saw it from like a camera view. So I don't know. And like this would have happened in the 80s. So there weren't cameras in hotel rooms, but I don't know. Something saw what he did to me, because I didn't see it from my eyes. I saw it from something else. I don't know if it was a bird on a window. I don't know if it was spirit literally standing there watching what he did to me. I don't know. You guys know I see spirits all around. If I can see spirits all around, if he violated me the way that he did, I mean, who knows how many spirits were in the room? Who knows who was watching? Because somebody was. Because when Spirit replayed it for me and I went back into that room, into where he did what he did, I didn't see it from my eyes. I saw it, my little self sitting there and him sitting there and what he did through something else. So Spirit will show you what happened, and it doesn't necessarily have to be through your eyes. It can be through something else. And it fucked me up for a really long time after seeing that. Like, it took years for me to put it back together after that. And this, like, 444 thing, there's, like, 4s all over this shit. Stalking you. Evil energy. See, deep wounds. Chiron. Chiron is deep wounds. Okay, that is shit. That's abuse. That's sexual abuse, physical abuse. That's trauma. That's PTSD. That's deep wounds. That's complex trauma. That's serious fucking problems. Okay, that's evil energy. Possession, demonic. Watch your back. Afraid of change, suppression of emotion, attachments. So somebody's definitely suppressed something in this well. They put something in the well, and now they're too scared to look at that well or look in the well. Calling the authorities. Whatever is in the well, Spirit feels that it's worth calling the authorities over. So this is something pretty bad, okay, that somebody did. And whether or not you press charges, I don't think it's about that. I think it's about the ability to understand that something happened to you and for you to forgive yourself. Because what Whitney did to herself because of what was done to her, I used people, I lied, I cheated, I used my body, I got sexually transmitted diseases, I got pregnant. There were so many things that happened to me. There was so much abuse that had already happened to me that I naturally abused myself. And by abusing myself, I abused other people. Right? Like, Whitney was out of control. Like, I often say, I don't know how I survived. I don't know how I'm still here. I don't know the situations I was put in, the people I was with, the situations I was around, the amount of times I was drugged, fucking alcohol poisoning, blackout. I was raped. I was gang raped. I was fucking abused. I was pedophilely abused. I've been tormented. I've been lied to. I've been tortured. Like, I mean, the things that have happened to poor Whitney, I don't know how I'm here. I've never really understood that. I mean, like I've told you, I've tried to die multiple times. I've tried to kill myself. I always wake up. I never make it to the pearly gates. There was one time that I actually wasn't even trying to die at all. But I was homeless. That's right. We were homeless. And we were sleeping outside. I had my convertible at the time. So we put the top down. We were staring at the stars, and my sister and I suddenly, this like stairway just appeared out of nowhere. Like I said, we were in the middle of the fucking woods, and this thing just appeared, and I thought we were going to die. Like, I didn't even tell my sister. I was like, all right, this is it. Like, this is the last night we're going to be here. Like, I don't know where this staircase is leading, but I certainly don't want to fucking be here anymore. And again, woke up in the morning, didn't go anywhere, didn't die, didn't anything. So I don't know what the fuck that was, but that staircase that I saw, it looked like it was made of crystals. Like, it was shining, and there was no light. It was like it had a natural glow, and it was sparkling, and it was stairs just leading to an abyss. And it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen in my life. Like, I don't know if that's the closest I've ever been to death. Oh my God, because that night, my heart stopped. Oh my God, because we were in the car, so I was sleeping on my back, and I can't sleep on my back or my heart stops beating, and I stopped breathing. So I stopped breathing, and I woke up suddenly and I like gasped for air and my whole face was blue. Everything was blue. And I'm like, oh my God, did I just die? But I woke up. My sister was fine. She was sleeping. I mean, I tapped her. I made sure she was alive. Everybody was alive. But it was a very closely encounter with death. Okay. So, I mean, whatever happened to you, it might have put you very close to death. I mean, I've always said for 5 seconds or 2 minutes or 5 minutes of gratification, you can fuck somebody over for their entire life. 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 1 hour, whatever it is. You can fuck a person over for life. Sexual gratification. So I stopped having sex. I wouldn't even look at a man. I wouldn't do anything for years. Okay? Because I was so angry at myself. I was angry at him. I was angry at my mother. I was angry at my father. I was angry at people that watched me go angry and not think, hey, maybe something happened. They just always blamed it on me. Oh, Whitney's angry. Whitney's angry. Why is Whitney angry? That was the thing. Nobody ever wanted to fucking answer or ask. Why is Whitney angry? Why is Whitney mad? Why is Whitney screaming over there? Why can't Whitney concentrate? Why can't Whitney sit down? What is wrong with Whitney? Maybe if somebody had asked that fucking question, I wouldn't have wasted 20 fucking years drinking, fornicating, fucking myself over, okay, if I'd have just figured it out. Somebody else would have maybe asked the question, hey, why are you terrified of your stepdad? Hey, why don't you want to go to hotels? Hey, why don't you want to be in a room by yourself? Hey, why are you like emotionally attached to your sister and you don't want to let go of her hand? Hey. I mean, I can look at this now and I think, how the fuck did nobody notice? Like, how did nobody say anything? How are they so wrapped up in their fucking minuscule little fucking granular little lives? They didn't realize that their fucking child was trying to kill herself at 8 years old. But no, fuck Whitney, right? Fuck that little girl. I was a little girl. Okay, a little girl. You're gonna say fuck you to a little girl? Wow. I mean, that takes some fucking hate. Okay, that takes hate. To look at a little girl and say, fuck you, you're doing this for attention. You're doing this because you want everybody to look at you. Oh, you're putting on a show right now because you want everybody to pay attention to you, right? Grown ass people. Grown. So, yeah, I would say there's been some laws broken here. And instead of people, I don't know, doing something about it, they just went, fuck you, deal with it yourself, kid, and walked away. So obviously, I feel like there's somebody that's dealing with something about when they were a kid. How people deal with your power. That's the thing. There's death energy. People did not want to deal with you. This is the house of Scorpio. Pluto. Scorpio is part of Pluto. Pluto is Scorpio. Scorpio is Pluto. Pluto is, when I ate mushrooms this one time, I swear to God, I went to Pluto. Okay. I was gone for like 3 or 4 hours. I came back. I was back in my body. I ran to my sister and I was like, we have to die. And she was like, what? I said, I just went to Pluto. I didn't know that Pluto was the house of transformation. I did not know that Pluto was death itself. And she goes, well, Pluto is death. And I said, well, I just went there and we have to die. But the thing was, the analogy wasn't we actually had to die, but we did have to die. We moved away, changed our numbers. We stopped talking to everybody. We died. We died to every person who knows us. There isn't anybody in our life right now that is from the past. Nobody. People have tried to get in from the past, even like ex-boyfriends, friends, people from this town because we moved away and then we came back. But nobody from the previous life has been a part of this since we moved to Alberta and came back. We wiped the slate. Nobody talks to us. And it took me a while to figure out that that's what Pluto meant. I thought it was physical. I thought like we physically had to die. But when you think about it, we did. We died to a lot of people. We died to our family. We died to our friends. We died to any jobs that we were attached to, any energies that we were attached to, any exes that we were attached to, any friends. We cleared the whole thing. We didn't want any of those people back in our lives. Even if we were back in the same town, doesn't matter. You don't fucking know me. Because you didn't know me then, which means you don't fucking know me now. I don't care if I'm still here and you think I look the same. I ain't the same. Okay, so somebody had, they either have to die or they did have to die in order to get away from these people or from this situation, or so then they can get to the bottom of the well and figure out what the fuck they put down there for so long that they've been terrified to look at. Because again, whatever it is, it's so bad that spirit would call the cops on them. Because it's illegal. Whatever it is they did, it's very illegal. And when you walked away, or when you do walk away from these people, it's going to change everything. It's going to change you. It's going to change your attitude. It's going to change your power. You're going to take back things. You're going to stop surrendering to evil, surrendering to the vulnerable, surrendering to fear. I mean, it's all a part of Chiron. You should, maybe somebody needs to get like their Zodiac chart read on where their Chiron is, where their healing is, where their karma is. It might actually really help. My sister reads charts. So if anybody wants their planet chart read, email me. Because my sister, I mean, it'll cost you money, but my sister will read your chart for you and figure out where your Chiron wounds are. So then you can heal them and move on. Heavy weight on your shoulders. Expression and expansion. See, somebody wants to get this weight off their shoulders. They're ready to get rid of it. They had very immature parents who made them grow up too fast, put burdens on them, and then they didn't get any help. Right? So they're still carrying the weight of what their parents put on them when they were kids. It was forced transformation. See, there's Scorpio again. So that could be when, you know, a child grows up way too fast. Right? They're cooking meals for themselves. They're taking care of themselves. They're getting up for school by themselves. They're doing everything by themselves. That is not supposed to happen. A child is not supposed to be... I mean, my favorite thing, I was 3 years old and I would make myself sandwiches because I was alone in my house at 3 years old with no babysitter, no nothing. Whitney had to take care of herself. And I used to make mustard, mayonnaise, and lettuce sandwiches because we always had mustard, we always had mayonnaise, we always had bread, and we always had lettuce. Never anything else. That's all I put on them. And I was obsessed with those sandwiches for years. For years. I ate them up until I was like 15 or 16 years old. That's all I ate. Mustard, mayonnaise, and lettuce sandwiches. That's all we ever had. Right? Or we would have to make macaroni with no milk because we never had milk, usually, or even butter. So it would just be cheese and water. That was great. And like my parents had fucking brand new Jeeps, convertibles, you know, nice houses. We never had any food though. Never had any parents around. Never had any discipline. Never had any, you know, love. But damn if they didn't have nice cars and nice houses and nice shoes, you know what I mean? Oh, and then I'd go to my dad's house to try to eat, and Cindy would have everybody on a diet. So then Whitney couldn't eat there either. A tethered mind. See, something's in somebody's mind. Their mind is spinning. About their treatment, how they were treated. Look at that, Mars energy. With Saturn, the ego, real men. This is how real men do it. You want to be a real man? Oh, I was watching It last night, and the first part when they're kids, and the little black boy. Oh, I wasn't really paying attention because I was like working in the background. But his uncle is making him wants him to shoot the sheep. He's like, you're either out here shooting or you're in there living, with the sheep. And I was like, oh, Mike. I'm like, okay, calm down. Like, the kid is like 10, 11 years old. Like, yeah, I don't think you got to break it down to him that harsh, okay? I mean, I don't know, maybe somebody had you shooting a gun really young. That rhymed, which means it was probably true. Acting like they gave a fuck about you. Bitch, you put a gun in a kid's hand and said shoot. That I don't really would think that would be a good thing as a parent to do, but like, I don't know. There's the clock. So the time is up. All right, it's time to end this. Spirit wants you to end this. There's money. What's behind it? Ooh. The Knight. You know, some people, they just choose to make money, you know, like they just put the bullshit that they survived, you know, the trauma away, and they just go and make money. And I think that it's possible now that somebody has the money so they can concentrate on what they should have called the cops on. Because they've just been thinking way too much about it, and I think that they need to let it go. And even if this person is dead now, whatever it is they did to you, let it go. Say it to the universe, yell it, write it down. You know, I do like doing that. I write it down, and then I go outside and I burn the piece of paper. And I almost feel like I'm just burning it to the universe. Like, I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to burn it, and I'm going to let it go. Okay, because you hold on to things and that's going to stay in your pocket forever, you know, dragging you down. Okay, so to wrap it up, we just got completely changed, all right, with great intentions. So I feel like if you go into this with good intentions, if you go into this with freedom, you know, to let go of this hurt, to let go of this, especially like if you were an addict in some way, a lot of that addiction could have been because of this Chiron, this abuse. Okay, so I really feel like if you're drinking a lot, I feel like if that's going to stop once you clear this out. You're going to realize why you were drinking so much, why you were, why you want to get sober. If you are already sober, and maybe you feel like this is going to make you want to drink again, no doubt it probably will. But I mean, would you rather get it out or leave it in there? Because I feel like somebody doesn't want to leave something in anymore. They want it out. Or it's like a pimple, or, you know, it's not going away. So you just pop it, just get rid of it, you know, just rip off the Band-Aid, get it going, right? Because it's going to change somebody. It's going to allow them to step into their Mars energy and use it properly instead of raging, perhaps, or suppressing the exact opposite. Like, real men, you know, don't get depressed. You know, real men, they don't show their feelings. I don't even know what that means. Okay, that's just to intimidate somebody on how you're supposed to be. Like, don't be a Cindy. That's how real women are. Real women don't fart. Real women close their legs. And real women wear underwear. And real women dress in pink and don't eat after 8. And real women go on diets all the time. The whole statistic of what a man or a woman is supposed to be is usually based off of some asshole who has no idea what they're talking about. So how about you just be you and fuck what everybody else is? Okay? Because I think you're ready to get this out. Because you're mature enough to have a conversation about it now and get it out without getting angry, without breaking. Well, you might break down, but somebody might just be angry because they can't get this out. And once they get it out, it's going to change their life because they've got some very serious, heavy blockages associated with what they put in this well. Big time. Does that make sense to anybody? I hope it does. Obviously. What up, Sarah? I fucking messaged you. I was like, dude, I'm live. Do you want to just come over and talk to me here? Or... Man, the ghosts are really speaking, you guys. Hope you're listening. Thank you for liking the video. Happy Monday night. Oh, car wash. I can hear the car wash song. Working at the car wash, yeah. That's what's that movie called? Shark Tale? Something like that? No, Car Wash? Oh, that's a cute movie. At least you made it. I got this starfish ring today. Look how sweet it is. And this weird looking ring. I got some jewels today. I spent way too much money. And then bought myself more pre-rolls. Aw, can you hear that? It's actually across the street. Behind hedges. Fucking man's on his John Deere. Should I close the window? Is it really annoying? No, it's not running water. Fucking Christ, eh? Dealt with. Now you're just going to hear my fan. Oh my God, you guys are all told me to keep my window open. Pammy! Oh, I always smoke good weed. I got this deal today. 10 pre-rolls. Look how sweet these things are. $20. Like, they're huge. They're supposed to be 3.5s. And the weed must be oily as shit because that's weed resin coming through there. So, not too shabby. The fish needs circulation. What the fuck does that mean? The fish needs circulation. Oh, car wash. Thank you, Sarah. I don't know what you mean by that. Can you turn the pump? Ryu, what are you talking about? Oh, it wasn't water. It's a lawnmower. Oh, car wash. It's okay. I'm going to leave it closed because it was annoying me. All right, last reading, people. Soak it in. Oh, car wash, yeah. All right, here we go, people. Like my new glasses? They're green. $22.99 Old Navy. Get them while they're hot, people. My other one's from Dollarama. I only buy sunglasses from the dollar store because I ruin them. They get stolen, they get scratched. So I'm like, I'm not spending money on sunglasses anymore. I'm just not doing it. So spending $20 on sunglasses was like, whoa, Whitney, you need to step back for a second. Steven, you came back. I love that you guys write in capsules as if I'm going to see that. If I was channeling, there was no way I would see that. But thanks for all the effort. Steven, you guys are just the best. Look at just chatting away. Oh, I have this Kings of Leon song in my head. I get lost so high in the night, I don't want them now. All right. The song is called Rivalry, which actually means a celebration. And I did see the Three of Cups, so maybe you guys are about to have a party. Somebody going to a birthday party? Oh, Steven. Look at this guy. Who's this guy? He's the birthday guy. Steven, this might be for you. Ace of Swords, Two of Cups. What the fuck? Sudden insight with the Two of Cups. Yo, what is up with this? Look at this. Someone's bringing some good energy. This is the Ace of Swords just like coming out of the ground. And this Two of Cups here. They've gone dancing, and she's got this cup that she's hiding back here. His cup is in his hand, but she's got hers back here like, hey, by the way, she being sneaky? That seems sneaky. Are you being sneaky? Are you trying to give your cup to somebody? Oh, he doesn't have a cup in his hand. That's bullshit. I thought that was a cup. Ah. Where is the other cup? There is no other cup. What the fuck? Okay, that's weird. We're missing a cup. Okay, minus that, I'm getting thrown off here. I'm getting thrown off. King of Cups, what are you doing? Welcome to the world of the emotionally balanced man. Emotionally balanced. Oh, okay. Well, there it is. His cup is right on his head there. See, his cup's there. And her cup is behind her back. Like, ooh, I'm hiding my cup. I can see yours, but I'm hiding. Okay, so somebody might be hiding their feelings for you. And once they balance themselves and their emotions, then I think they're going to tell you about it. Five of Cups. This guy. See that Two of Cups? I don't know. They got to deal with something first. Or this person. Okay, so this could be the person. You might have told somebody like that you like them or something like that, and they have not said anything to you. I used to do that in high school. Send little notes. Hey, by the way, I like you. And then see what they wrote. Like, do you like me back? Yes or no? That's so adorable. Oh my God. Okay. So you might have told somebody that you like them and they like have not said anything back to you yet. Yeah, my throat chakra is getting all fucked up. What is this? In the lap of luxury. Oh my God, I never even noticed that. She's balancing a snake on her head. Like a cobra. Is that a snake? I don't know. I mean, it could be. I don't know. And then we have Seven of Wands, trapped, but who is the monster? Three of Swords, heartbreak, pain and sorrow, grief and anguish. I'm going to open it again just because the paper is stinky. Okay. So there goes a rock. Okay. Okay. So there seems to be two people on the table here, and this King of Cups has this huge red flag over top of him. Okay, and this other person is in like this self-love kind of action going on right now. Okay. Why the red flag? Why is this king got a red flag? Allow divine timing in reverse. Somebody might have tried to rush something. It's like if they didn't do it right then, it's like they were going to lose it. So they did something. And that's the red flag. They didn't allow divine timing. Like they tried to force something. Maybe they tried to force you to do something and you're in the self-love energy, so you didn't do it. And that's why you're hiding your feelings for them now, because they have such a red flag that one person doesn't want to say anything. And it's making this other person... Yeah, okay. So this King of Cups is like fucked up about something. They got all these swords in their heart. They're all fucked up, and they're going to pick one out, and it's going to explain this divine timing in reverse. It's like somebody didn't want to hit reality of something. Like the reality of you, or the reality of their partner, or the reality of something. They just wanted to be in self-loathing. So you let them go. Oh. Okay. It's almost like you, okay, so, oh my God. Okay, so I think there was somebody that you were interested in, and this guy, and I mean, there's no gender in tarot, so it just has to come out a certain way. Okay, so I think this girl or a woman was into a man, some type of sacred friendship. Okay, I think she made a move on him, and I think he ran away. Okay, he was red flagged by something. Okay, and or he made a move on her. Somebody made a move on somebody. Okay, and actually, I don't know if it was this woman because they're in self-love. So I don't know. I mean, and he's in red flag. So I don't know who made the move on somebody, but I feel like somebody made a move on somebody, and that person is, whoever pulled back, whoever was like tweaked out by it is like, why the fuck did I do that? Okay, because this other person was like, okay, you know, I'm sorry, see you later, you know, cut the cord, and they left. They just let this person, they just let them go. Like, basically, we're going to be like, hey, you know, hang around afterwards to see how it plays out. They're like, peace out of there. Cut the cord, left. Okay. This person doesn't really know anything, all right? They just went with their instincts. They just went with their gut. And this other person was like glitchy and like all fucked up and like didn't know what to do. So they just saw red flags and they ran, which is weird because they're a King of Cups. You would think that feelings would turn them on, but these feelings actually did not. They felt trapped. By maybe their own feelings, by your feelings. I don't know, they felt trapped somehow. And now they're realizing it really wasn't you at all. It was something else. But now you're in their heart. You, the truth of you, yes. Okay, the truth of you, they're about to take out. Okay, so you said the truth about something, all right? And they're about to talk about it. Because that truth stabbed them in the heart like a motherfucker, okay? And I don't think they knew what to do about that, okay? Because it was two totally conflicting things, but yet combined in one. Like, this king was using his heart. His heart is the thing that got hurt, except he was hurt by the truth, which technically he should have internalized and realized what your truth really was. Because it's almost like he went for something and then got cold feet because she's been hiding her feelings. She doesn't know. It's almost like he went, I think he made the move for her, on her, and she pulled away. But I don't know. Again, it doesn't matter, okay, who did what, where, when, how, why, or who. The only thing that matters is that time was pushed by somebody, okay, and now you let them go because of it. They pushed you on something, they did something, you let it go. And now, because you let them go and you didn't argue with them and spit in their face and start doing whatever you were going to do because they, I don't know. Maybe this was like a date or something, or they said it was like going to be a dinner and then they were going to make some type of move on you or something. Maybe there was like a miscommunication on in your, right? You were going after something for a different reason. And so somebody was gonna, it was almost like somebody was gonna hire you or something so then they could date you, right? It seemed really like a little scummy, okay? A little weird. And then once they noticed that they couldn't do it, then they ran away or something. Or this person was like, oh, no, that's not what I do. Or like maybe they were planning on, okay, now I'm getting the actors. You know how like they sometimes have to sleep with the directors to get their parts? Maybe somebody was thinking, oh, well, she'll sleep with me, but then I won't really hire her. Oh. Oh. Whoa, okay. I didn't even realize I brought out different cards. All right, I'm going to just save those for a second. And my water lily is getting itchy. That's my last tattoo I've done on myself, because now we're getting into the summer months, so I won't be tattooing myself because I'll be in the sun having fun. But my water lily is getting itchy, and, you know, the reason why I did the water lily is because it's such a beautiful thing emerges out of the dirt and makes its way all the way to the surface and lives simultaneously under and yet above water, and then becomes this beautiful flower. Okay? Water lilies are beautiful. All right. So something goes from dirty and scuzzy to bloomed and beautiful and laying in the sun. Okay. Healing the inner child. There's the butterfly. Okay. Remember, we've been waiting for this damn butterfly to show up since the beginning of the reading? Well, there it is. Okay. Relationship evolving to the next phase. To the nest phase. Healing the inner child and growth. And then someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. Okay, and then, okay, so, I mean, it makes sense with this engagement ring and date. Okay, so I think whoever this person was that was going to try to utilize their power in some way to sleep with you is now like, okay, do you want to date me? I don't know. Yes. Oh my God. Look at the golden narcissist in reverse. Okay. So clearly this person has figured out, wow, that was a really bad move on my behalf. I can't believe I was going to do that. That just seems so fucking scuzzy. Like, it was a little bit of a fucking cheesy cheeseball move. Okay. And then look at what's sticking out. Coffee cup. The cuppa, okay? And that is the conversation. So I feel like, yeah, see, this person, they definitely wanted to betray you. Oh, okay. Yeah, they wanted to tap that and end that, okay? I think that's what they wanted. And I don't know what they did to change their mind on wanting to hit it and quit it, to now wanting to call you up and ask you out. I don't know. But it could be the type of energy that just says that you were testing something out that you thought you really weren't going to like. And then I think you ended up really liking it. Or I think you're going to end up really liking it and wanting to pursue it. Even though it kind of had a red flag all over it, because that's the thing. If there's ever something that you want or that you're trying to manifest and you want to do it really quickly, be careful, because timing doesn't necessarily work like that. And just because you're ready for something doesn't mean that the energy around is ready for it. Okay. Even down to driving to the store, driving somewhere, right? If the timing is not, if you're not on divine timing, time will push you around a bit until you get onto it, until you realize that you're not in the control here. The universe is. The universe is trying to take you somewhere. Okay. And you're trying to force yourself to go east, and they're like, yo, you need to go west. Okay. Or you're trying to go north, and they're like, bitch, you're going south. Why do you keep trying to go north? It's not working for you. Turn around. Okay. It's like something like that. Like someone's just not getting it because of this, whatever this is about. Like the truth is the red flag, or they can't face the truth, or they can't acknowledge the truth, or they can't, right? There's something about the truth here that has this king in a, I just heard kind of like fractured state. I don't know. I definitely feel like your truth, okay, shattered this king that was coming from a kind of cockiness that I think was a little too much. A little too much. And maybe you, okay, so maybe you were about to meet up with somebody for whatever reason, okay? Again, it could be a job, it could be, and like some type of interview or something, or like, I don't know. But the only reason why you were getting this opportunity was so then they could sleep with you. Okay? Now, I feel like either you didn't go, okay? You didn't go to the meeting, you didn't go to the interview, you didn't go, okay? And that might have like crushed their ego a bit. Or I don't know, you might have subconsciously did something while this person was like, you know, laying the picnic table down and or like laying everything down. And you were like, oh yeah, by the way, I can't stay. I'm just here to say hi and walk away. And they were like, what? But I got this, you know, like something just didn't, you know, the king just didn't get what he wanted. Okay, the king didn't get something, and because it was a red flag all around him, right? And I think that this woman, okay, recognized that red flag and then cut her feelings off. She cut something off. She hid something almost immediately because I think he was coming with a lot of stranger danger, okay? And because, you know, because maybe this is a person that wants to hire you. Like, again, like it's something about hiring you, or so maybe they, I don't know, maybe they watch you. Maybe they love your ads and they love your advertisements all around and they love your commercials. And right. So they just assumed that you would just jump on board. Maybe because everybody else does. Maybe this is like a guy who just sleeps with anybody he wants. Something like that. Let me tell you, he did not sleep with this girl. Okay, he did not sleep. And then he was like a little upset about it. Like, what the fuck? That never happens. Nobody ever does that. Okay, so then he was like, okay, well, now what do I do? Well, now I gotta tell the fucking truth. And they're just ready to do that. So somebody really took the cockiness out of somebody. Whoa. Like this person, if he was a fucking horse, he would have came in like a stallion. Okay, like a wild fucking stallion. And you were like, bitch, you're a pony. What the fuck? And they were like, oh my God, nobody's ever noticed that I'm actually a pony, even though I look like a stallion. Like you were just like, nope, not gonna do that. Nope. And I don't, you know, everybody, even though they're not a stallion, they'll just say, oh yeah, sure, yeah, you are what you say, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like they just like cater to this person. And you were like, nope, see you later. Cut them off and walked away. Because you love yourself. And you're not going to sleep with the director to get the part. Put it that way. And maybe, like I said, everybody sleeps with this person to get the part. Okay? So, if this is a future reading, basically what I'm getting is like, do not fuck on the first date. Do not sleep with somebody to get the part. Do not lower your standards to meet somebody else because they just find you attractive. You have a lot more power than that, obviously, clearly, because whatever this is, like people always think, some people, if they don't know what love is, they think to sleep with somebody on the first date, and that's what's going to get people to fall in love with them. Oh, I'll sleep with them right away. Then they'll know that I'm easy and that I'll sleep with them whenever they want. No. Okay, for the most part, it shows a man how easy you are and that they really don't have to try for it. And if you have a dude that's a narcissist, then he doesn't want to try for anything. So actually, you'll probably be the best mate for him. If somebody isn't a narcissist and you don't sleep with them, but they're used to people sleeping with them, they might look at you like you might have just cracked the safe open. You might have been the one person that did something that nobody else has done, and now they're obsessed with you, right? Because it shows them something different. It's people get accustomed to the same things happening, and especially if they're a king, then they're used to, coming home. You have to welcome them, beaver first. Like if it's a man who wants something, he just gets it. And if you don't give it to him, then trust me, there's probably people lined up around the corner to just give him whatever he wants. Okay. So it could be something like that where he's always gotten what he wanted. And now you didn't. So it's changing him. Right? It's showing him that, okay, well, maybe now he wants the person that never gave him anything. And that was a wild card to play, by the way. Whoa, that was a wild card because I'm like, the coffin is still sitting on the bottom of the deck. I'm like, do I even use this? Or like, what is this about? And then I'm like, ooh, that's a life or death situation right there. Because if this is a good position, okay, that people sleep with him to get, by not doing it, you're like the first person that's ever done that, by the way. Okay? Because you didn't do something to ascend to the top. Okay? So you weren't just going to blow your way to the top, literally. Whoa. Not today. Look at that. Fuck. Right. Oh my God. I love you. Oh my God. You said no. Not today, folks. Cut it off. Loved yourself more. All right. And just shot this king right through the heart. That was the most truth he has ever seen in his life. And it's like, woo, cuckoo. This person's going a little crazy, okay? Because you did something nobody ever does. People probably wait around for hours for this king. They probably wait in line for this king. They probably pay for this king, okay? And you were like, see you later. I don't do that shit. I mean, I'll do it a different way, but not that way. Okay, I like to work for my money, thank you. I don't like to just... All right? And I heard that line. Oh, it's a Pretty Woman line. At the end of the movie where he says, oh, girl, I'll put you up in a condo. And she was like in love with him. And she's like, you want to put me up in a condo? You want to set me up? Like, what the fuck? No, I'll do it myself. I don't want your money. And then that's when he realized that Pretty Woman, yes, he might have paid for her services for the week. She didn't want his money. She was in love with him. And that's why when he offers the money, she says no. Okay, so I don't know if this king offered you money to sleep with them. I don't know. And you said no. Okay, you didn't take the money. You didn't take, I mean, really, you just wanted to talk to them. Okay, and that they're not used to anybody even wanting to just talk to them. They're used to people wanting to fuck them, bang them, take their money, screw them for the week, and then fuck off and never see them again. They're not, oh my God, they don't, oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. They gaslighted themselves. They've been like Richard Gere, just paying for services, just paying, staying detached. They don't want to get near anybody. Wow. And then they're like, oh, so you don't want my money? And Julia Roberts is like, no, I want your fucking money, you dick. She shows her true colors. Wow. Oh, I don't know, collectors. I don't know. I think somebody did something good. Okay, somebody did something good. And, oh, look over your shoulder at the other woman. Okay, now I just heard something. So when you rejected this king, which you just rejected some type of advancement that he made, he fucked somebody else. There was somebody else waiting in line. Like I said, there's people who wait in line for this person. So he just opened up the door to the next person. And then he was like, then he thought about it later, I think. Like, oh my God, what about the first person that slammed the door in my face? So I even think there was like 10 skanky bitches lined up behind you, and you still were like, I'm not doing it. I don't care if there's 10 bitches that'll fucking suck you off right here. I'm not doing it. And they were like, okay, see you later. Bye. And took a skanky bitch, maybe even 5 of them, and still was like, what about that bitch that said no to me? Oh, I'm telling you. Because there's always somebody easy in the crowd. There's always a temptation. There's always somebody that will do whatever this king wants. Okay, and I think that that's where he's got this, kind of cockiness, which obviously he deserves to have. Okay, but I don't know. You're something different. Show this person something different. Okay, whether you mean to do it or just, I think, honestly, I don't even think you really mean to do it. I think it's just your morals. I think you just have better morals. They're the ones that have the red flag, not you. You're the one in self-love. So I think you just have higher morals than them, right? Where they're still stooping low to what they always get, even though I don't even feel like they're satisfied with what they get. So had you given them what they wanted, you just would have became a notch on their belt. All right? Just another fucking chick that they bang and then they never talk to again. You would have been nothing to them. Okay? But for some reason, you didn't do it. You know what I saw? It's like, okay, so I see this, like, they're showing me Yellow Wolf. I don't know why, but okay, so it's like somebody got like VIP tickets or something and went backstage to see Yellow Wolf, okay? And whoever goes backstage to see Yellow Wolf all bangs Yellow Wolf. This is the analogy they're giving me. I don't fucking know, okay? Everybody bangs Yellow Wolf, okay? There's like 10 chicks that's allowed back there. He bangs every single one of them, blah. Then he goes on the stage, performs, everybody leaves. He never talks to anybody again. Okay, so he lines these chicks up. Okay, whatever number you are, it doesn't matter. You say no. Because you just want to go backstage to meet him. Like, you're just interested in meeting him. You have no interest in taking your clothes off and fucking him because he is who he is, blah, blah, blah. Not interested. You just wanted to talk to him. You probably want to give him a hug and maybe get an autograph or talk to him for a minute. Like, I actually wanted to go see his show that he was going to do in Toronto and get VIP tickets and bring my tarot cards because I really wanted to give him a tarot reading. Okay, I wouldn't have been interested in doing anything else. I would never bang Yellow Wolf. No. Who knows how many guys that guy's been up and down. I said guys? Maybe maybe he swings both ways. We don't know. Okay, we don't know. Definitely wouldn't be one of his statistics on the road. Okay? So it's like that, and if say I were to have been the one that said no to him, okay, in the analogy, I would have been the one being called back. Okay, that's just how I see it. I don't know. Now it's getting weird because there's absolutely no way that would happen. So now it's getting weird, but just follow it. It's something like that. It's like something about getting put in a position where everybody else just bends over and you don't really know. That's the thing is that I don't think you... Okay, because again, like the show, you would have just got those VIP tickets just to meet him, right? Just to take a picture with him, meet him, because you really love him, you really respect him. That was your intention going into it. So you wouldn't know well, this is what people really do here. If you would have known that, I don't think that you would do it, right? So the fact that you get put in that scenario, you don't do it, you leave, and that gives you some opportunity later because they're not used to that. That's where it's like, maybe you don't know. And some people would just be like, oh, okay, well, whatever, the more the merrier, right? Other people that actually respect themselves, which clearly you do because you have the self-love card, won't do that. Some people are classy, some people are trashy. Okay, so that's just how the world works. And, you know, my whore mother would say spread legs. Okay, get what you want. Get the man. Go for it. Fuck him off. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Whitney, as a grown-up, very different morals. Okay. So I would not engage in some type of sexual activity behind a stage. Okay. Not my style. Not my fruit to bear. But I'm not everybody, okay? So, you know, whatever floats your boat. Just know that I feel as if you don't give this person what they're looking for, which is just what they're looking for in everybody, it makes them see that they want something different. Okay, again, just the analogy. And then look at that. The Hierophant, see how his eyes are lit up? He sees something different because you don't do what everybody else does, or you didn't do what everybody else does, or you're, you know, not just going to satisfy him to get a part or a paycheck or a role or whatever it is, right? So now they're like, what do I do with this information? And it's going to be different for everybody. Okay, 127 on the clock. So take what resonates and discard the rest. I hope it does resonate for those of you out there. Make sure you send your psychic questions in to me. And, you know, Spirit will answer those questions as soon as you are ready. Okay. And I have a kind of crammed day tomorrow, but I will be here sometime. Okay, I don't know when, but make sure you hit that notification button. And thank you for liking the video. And hopefully I will be back tomorrow. Yeah, because also, oh, no, that's right. Okay, yeah, I don't know, but, you know, just we never know when it's going to be here. Okay, so peace out. Have a good one. One love. Rock 'em. Sock 'em. Okay, bye. Thank you, everybody, including my moderator, Steven, who's the best.